It's Week 9 of the National Football League,
and we're going to see Mark Andrews.
He's going to be a busy man in the passing game. It's the Ravens and the Bears, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
And here it is, one of the NFL's truly iconic stadiums, and the oldest one still in use. It's so... Justin Tucker has this all teed up. And we're underway from Soldier Field. Here's Parker Washington with the return. And look at this return. His return reaches that 34-yard line before he stopped. So out come the Bears, ready for their first possession. And in his 8th season as a QB, he's the one to lead them out.
Just an all-around great performance from him last week, Kate, in the win. Those 2 touchdowns he had played a big part in the victory, no question. But so did keeping it clean, not throwing a pick. You want to become friendly with your own defense? Make sure they don't have any extra possessions to defend. He did his job, and so did his teammates.
It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Shaq Griffin finishing that play off. Well, as we see the names populating this injury report, partner, we recognize they've had to do some adjusting over the course of the season as key contributors have gone down.
And this, right here, this is where fan favorites and surprise superstars are born, Kate. From guys having to step in as a result of these injuries. You never root for players to miss time and go down, but you'll always root for the guys filling in, who are getting their shot to make their name and contribute when it really matters.
And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. N'Kobe Dean in on the tackle. Now we'll take a moment to check out his numbers on the ground from a week ago. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Darnold. And it looks great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. 3rd down coming up. To throw, here's Darnold. Into the hands of Jefferson, complete. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. They'll get 31 yards on the play. And that's a Chicago 1st down.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Darnold now to throw. Deep drop this time. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Still sticking with the passing game. Completed to his running back.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Oh, put some heat on that one, Brock, but it falls incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Mickey kick is good. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. But that's 3 points, and it's enough to give him the lead.
His return starts at the 5. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. So here now are the Ravens on offense to begin their first drive. And we'll get a look at the guy calling the shots, their 5th-year quarterback.
While we all love to talk about the quarterback, he really wasn't at the forefront of their win last week, Kate. Kind of took a step back and let some of his teammates shine. Yeah, he made a good mark with a touchdown pass, a bad mark with an interception. Welcome to life in the NFL as a quarterback. You know he wants to make a little more noise, elevate everybody else a little better than he did a week ago.
And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down. Running back sent in motion. 2nd and 10 now. Cook calls it in. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
That pass, it did put him in a position where he had to shake a defender. That's all you want. Give me a one-on-one. And he is capable of doing it, but not against that dude. That defender could not be shook, and he knocked him back across the line.
And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down. The Ravens getting ready for the punt. He punted 4 times last week in the win, and his first of this week is away. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. Call that a 64-yard punt officially. And it's going to be Bears football. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a 1st down.
He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Brought down by Javon Hargrave. We'll get a stoppage here for the injury, and it's Brandon Cooks who was hurt on the play. He's being tended to. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Dumps it off to his running back. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Here's Darnold to throw. Pass brought in by Parker Washington. And he gets him around 6 there. That was Harold Landry making the tackle. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
At the 47-yard line.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the 1st down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
On 1st down, they'll run. And he has enough room to gain about 4. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. Second and 6 coming up here. From the 24. Brought in right side. And he'll go down here at the 16. He manages a gain of 8 there. And that's good for a Bears 1st down.
Chicago Bears.
Working inside the red zone. Okonkwo brings it in. And he goes out approaching that 10-yard line. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Here's the lone back on the handoff. And they'll get him down at the 7-yard line. Give him 4 yards there, and they only need 1 more now on 3rd down.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Throwing here, Darnold. No place to go, so he just threw it away.
You know, 3rd and short is a difficult one to call. Do you want to run into the teeth of a defense looking for that handoff, or try to throw it to him and use the element of surprise? Evidently, well, that's one they should have run instead.
Mickey kick is good. And another field goal makes it 6-0 for him.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Starting from the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Ravens and Trey Lance headed back out on offense. And he's been somebody who can get the scoring done with his legs just as much as his arm. You can see he's top 5 for touchdowns among NFL QBs. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. First tone of the game for James Cook. He finds space for a few yards that time. That was Jonathan Allen on the tackle. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Cook. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that 1st down. The Bears into the nickel for 3rd down. Another one for Cook. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. 1st down, ball at the 36. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. Throw secured by George Pickett. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. So before they can set up for another play, we've hit the end of the 1st quarter. Neither side separating much so far. Back to Soldier Field in just a moment. Back at beginning of the 2nd quarter, Ravens in possession. They have 2nd and pretty long here. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Quinyon Mitchell. And the Bears take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season.
That's so cool. He really did it all for him, didn't he? First he forced the turnover, and then he set them up in a better spot with a really nice return. Yeah, he had designs on doing the scoring for him, too. One more move, and he might have broken it for 6.
And he drives it close to the red zone before going out. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. That's Jefferson. He's got it. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Bails out of the pocket quick, trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
You get into the red zone, and every detail matters. It matters on the whole 100 yards. But, Kate, once you get inside this red zone, it is so critical. And let's tip our cap to the defense.
Oh, they're on him, and he's dropped again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down.
Well, we call that protection lookout. Like the O-line yelling back at the quarterback, look out! Because they have no answer right now with back-to-back sacks by the defense. They've got this crew offensively guessing.
For the 3rd time today, we see them setting up for a field goal. From the right hash, a 49-yard look. Mickatommy's kick is good. And they come away with some points on that series.
Give him the first half trifecta. He's 3 for 3 on field goals. And as much as they'd like 6 points to end drives, not 3, they can at least be happy they're getting consistent looks inside field goal range, and he's delivering.
He stopped on the return at the 27. Baltimore running its offense out now. And they haven't been able to find their way on the scoreboard just yet as the deficit has reached 9 points. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Receiver in motion, headed right. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Tough one to retain through that hit. And now it's 2nd down. They'll try the right side with Cook. They'll work it a couple of yards past the line. The tackle there by Daniil Hunter. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8. Throwing from the gun here. And he's there to knock away the pass and force a 4th down.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. That one an impressive 57-yard kick. And it's going to be their football coming up. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Now it's a bootleg for him. He'll just huck this one into row C, and some lucky fan is going to haul in a heck of a souvenir. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Darnold looking to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. Now Darnold. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Fair catch called for, and he's got it right near the 30-yard line. No return on that punt. And the Ravens will go on offense. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. To the air, Lance. That's in the hands of Moore. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Hit made by T.J. Edwards. 2nd down now, 7 to go. From the 32, Andrews with the catch. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. From the secondary, Grant Delpit on the tackle. 3rd and just 2 to go. Straight ahead, here's Cook. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there, making a really close measurement to see if he got the 1st down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. 2nd down. Here's Lance now. Moore's got it. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down. Now he'll throw off the play fake. And the 1st down pass sent away by a defender, incomplete. Great defensive effort to reject that one. And it's going to be 2nd down. They'll send their tight end right. Throwing is Lance. Pass complete to Cook. And a nice game here, but it stopped short of the first.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
Motioning one of the tight ends. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Complete beyond the marker. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. Following that completion, a member of the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. They'll take an option to the right on 1st down. And he's brought down for a loss.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. Able to get it to Moore. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Gets this one to Andrews. And they will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens start to fight back with their first points of this game. Mark Andrews with the touchdown. You love seeing a tight end get the chance to show off those wheels, right? And in the best of cases, he could rumble the whole way home.
Kate, think of getting somebody with that type of mass rolling at full speed. Who's really going to want to stand in the way, wants to stop him anyhow? The answer, nobody.
Tucker adds the PAT. And the Ravens cut the lead down to just 2.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense.
So they tag him for roughing the kicker. And now this kickoff's going to come from the 50. Let's see if they loft it and try to stick him deep. We're down to a 2-point difference as they send the kick away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here come the Bears back out on offense. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. Got him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And this is picked up by the Ravens. And they finally drag him down, but not until after a very nice return. Well, that didn't take long, Brock. One play, and they're back out there.
Well, that's how a defense can make you awfully happy as an offensive player, especially when you screw it up and you fumble. The defense picks up that offense and puts them right back on the field.
The Ravens trotting out their offense. And I'm pretty sure, Brock, they hadn't even all sat down on that sideline yet to rest. And now they're right back out there with a great chance to repeat their last touchdown.
And you will take that every day of the week and twice on Sundays. You don't mind at all. You got that defense right now reeling after the...
And he's in for the touchdown. The Ravens parlay the turnover into a lead. They broke out the design, run for him there. Coach just tells him, hey, Brock, hey, QB, do your thing, get us 6.
Yeah, and these offensive coaches love this play, and defensive coaches hate it, Kate, because it really gives you an extra hat, right? An extra number when your QB's got the athleticism, got the legs, got the instincts to go run it in for 6. A defensive nightmare, an offensive touchdown.
That one right down the middle. And the Ravens jump in front now by 5. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Washington now to return. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Chicago's offense trotting out there for another series. They watch their fumble turn into points, so feeling maybe a little bit of an urge to make up for that now in this series. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2. So we're at the 2-minute warning here from Soldier Field. The Bears Need some big yards in a hurry. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Darnold now to throw. That's going to be caught by Washington. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. From the gun on third down. He has the first over the middle. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. The Bears decide to call their first timeout. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting the first. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Darnold. Got Washington. It's complete. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Shaq Griffin finishing that play off. It's taken in by Washington. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Back now, pressure on its way. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
2nd and 10 now. Anticipated the quick staccato pass there. It's knocked away. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Here's Darnold. We've got a screen to the running back. Decent gain here, but short of the first. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. A familiar sight in this contest, Brock. He's out there again for another field goal try. From the left hash, this is from 47. Mickey kick is good. And that trims the lead to just a couple.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
His return starts at the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Ravens offense to the field for the final drive of this first half. They're up by just 2, so you have to think they just want to get to the locker room. Now it's Lance. Connects with Cook. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He's on the move. He tucks it and takes off. Timeout taken by the Ravens. That is their final one. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. From the 48. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up. Looking to throw, Lance. This one's caught. It's Andrews near the sideline. And he's brought down after a short gain. So we've reached the halftime break. It's the Ravens leading so far on the road. Now it's down to Florida, where Jonathan Coachman is standing by in Orlando for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. More from you and Brock in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here and what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. We'll start up at TIAA Bank Stadium in Jacksonville.
And I guess we'll follow up with the rest of the NFL after this one ends. We're moving right along to the start of the second half. Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Raven offense headed out for this first series of the second half. And they really leaned on that passing game in the first half, Brock. Let's see if that emphasis continues to start the third. Here's Lance. That's into the hands of Moore. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
Okay, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on a drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
From the 39. Flushed out of the pocket. He can run it. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first. Now the shotgun give to Cook. And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
Oh, they're going to run the option to the short side. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
And just in case this offense didn't have enough to contend with, now you got to worry about a quarterback that could do what he just did, tote the ball himself for a big run.
First down, ball at the 36. Shotgun handoff now to Cook. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Tracked down by Robert Spillane. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the 34. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
Wow, it has been such a good day offensively for the guys up front. That's actually the first sack by this defense. And now comes the real question mark. Will it lead to more? Or will this offense learn a lesson and get back to the rhythm they've been in protecting?
Third and long for him here. That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with first and goal.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
So after that big play, Brock, they need just that final yard here on first and goal. They send a tight end in motion. Cook has the Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens grow the lead coming out of halftime. It's a James Cook touchdown. Tucker on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Ravens push the lead to 2 scores now. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Set to return this, Trey Palmer. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Bears offense now heads back out to the field. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Drew Tranquil brings him to the ground. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Another carry for him. He locates a couple of yards through that chaos. Brought down by Javon Hargrave. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Back to the well again. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. He gets 6 on that play, and that's a Chicago first down. They give it to him again. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
This time it's a passing play. He'll get this to Jefferson. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Darnold looking to throw. Fits it through the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They got 24 yards on the play. And that's good for a Bears first down.
First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
From the red zone now. Looking right, and he finds him. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was first down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
That's Jefferson. He's got it. And he's short of the first after a mile gain. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Throwing here, Darnold. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Trying to find Justin Jefferson. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. So yet again, they're turning to him to try to put 3 on the board. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. Mickatommy's kick is good. And it's back to a 1-score game now. The deficit is 6.
Boy, that's a familiar path he's taken here. Now the 5th time he's run out and gotten the job done. I know. You'd rather have him be PATs, but it's been nice having that reliable leg to turn to all game long.
And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Now Baltimore returning its offense to the field of play. They've certainly had no issues scoring, but their opponents have been right there with them, so they can really use some more points on this drive. Cook trying this one up the gut. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Yeah, you want to get above 5 yards to carry? Well, put together runs like that. And I'll tell you what else a run like that does, Kate. That sets up the play action. Right? When you really just gouge and gash a defense like that, the next time you run that action, they're going to be thinking running the ball to go right over their head.
That throw finds Pickens. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Give him 24 on that play. And that'll be first down, Baltimore.
I don't care how good a secondary you are, how loaded you are with talent. When you've got time to allow a receiver to work from one side of the field all the way to the other versus zone coverage, well, you're going to make a defense pay.
First down, ball at the 36. Handoff headed right. It's Cook. And they'll bundle this up after a 4-yard gain. Hit made by T.J. Edwards. Give him 4 yards on the run, and we're at the end of our 3rd quarter. Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. It's Ravens ball as they try to keep that lead and close out a win. Second and 6 coming up here. Take it in on the right side by Pearsall. And he maybe got back to the line there, but no further. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. To the air, Lance. He's got Andrews. And he's tackled for a short gain.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, You're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days. When you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow. It doesn't take a math major, Kate, to realize how important that field goal was. It's now a 2-score game really late and puts them in the driver's seat to go and finish this thing with the win.
On the return, here's Palmer. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Bears and Sam Darnold heading out for their next shot on offense. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. They'll run here on first down. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7. From the 32. Catch made by Cooks. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. We'll get a stoppage here for the injury, and it's Brandon Cooks who was hurt on the play. He's being tended to. 2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 46. Able to hit Palmer, complete. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's a Chicago first down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum to keep that defense on its heels.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. It is charged towards the line. That's right around 3 yards. 2nd down now, 7 to go. From the 36. This ball's cut by Palmer. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. 1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. Here's Darnold. Into the hands of Okonkwo. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs. They have themselves another 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Lone back gets the handoff. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up 3rd down. To throw, here's Darnold. And oh, he got it! Interception!
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
We see the Ravens making their way out now. They're up by 2 scores, Brock, but we've got some time left, so they still need to mount a drive here. Receiver in motion, going left. Here's a give to Cook. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Now might be a good spot to remind everybody, about for the 1000th time, how much better athletes these D tackles are today, Kate. A decade or two ago, they just ate up space. Now, they eat up running backs.
Throwing from the gun here. He keeps those feet in and makes the catch. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Lance gets this one to Andrews.
You get to that money down, that 3rd down, you look to your money players, and this tight end is capable of it. Let's give some credit to the defense right there. Did an amazing job not only sticking to him, but bringing him down before he can move the chains.
And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. The Bears are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. Dumped off to his running back. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on 1st down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. Into the hands of Jefferson, complete. And that will not be enough for a 1st down. Working quickly here. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Got a man, Palmer has it. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. Offense in the hurry up here. 2nd and 1. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. A dose of the hurry up offense here. They'll throw it again. He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. Still sticking with the passing game. Completed to his running back. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. Down a couple of scores, but still some time left and 3 timeouts as well. It's 1st and 10. He'll throw it yet again. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. So after that completion, we've got a player in some visible discomfort. And here come the trainers to get him some help. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Darnold looking to throw. He's got it in the red zone. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. Here he is to throw. That's Jefferson. He's got it. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. Bears trying to get everyone set. They're going quickly here. He's got it. And in for the Chicago touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Blake Groupie to try the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Bears cut the lead down to just 2. Approaching the final minute here, they need to find a way to defy the odds and get this back. And no dice on this kick. The Ravens recover. Ooh, can't get it back on the onside kick. Can still get a final chance with a quick 3-and-out, though, albeit not with a lot of time for them left to work with.
Yeah, Kate, unless they can force a miracle turnover, and we've seen that before, a 3-and-out is really the only avenue remaining. Defense, go buckle it up.
Now the Ravens all set for another possession. They're out there with a lead that's down now to just 2 points, Brock. So you got to be cautiously aggressive, right? Try to run out the clock, but take care of the football because all it takes is a field goal to beat you.
How many times do these games we call come down to just one possession? Right? It's why these teams spend so much time situationally in the red zone, end of half, end of game. You got to live for these situations.
Now run by Cook. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. The Bears going to use their third and final timeout. Defense looking to defend the marker on third down. A give right side to Connor. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Kid, I'll never forget walking into the Hall of Famer Dwight Freeney's meeting room with those defensive linemen. The late, great John Tierlink, his coach, he had a little sign up in his office, and it was sacks, and that money sign was the S, because ends and D linemen make their money with sacks. But you win games when they stop the run like that for a tackle for loss.
And no chance at a return. He wisely angled it for the sideline and got it down to the 12 before going out. The Bears headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. They're out and set, 1st and 10. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. Escapes the pocket. And they bring him down up at the 12-yard line. So the Ravens will fly home with the win. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory. With Brock Ewart and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Ravens are your winners as we say so long from Chicago.